Good morning, YouTube, and good morning, AMC family, and Ape Nation. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of negative, and just sorry comments and mood towards AMC today. And I'm assuming that's because AMC is no longer on the threshold securities list. And I believe a lot of people are taking that completely the wrong way. Okay, if you had watched my previous video, I would have told you that it was to be expected, especially the way the price action was leading up to it. Okay, for those of you who do not know, the 8th was the 13th day, their limit to be on the threshold securities list to have FTDs. So they were forced to cover. And they did. And that's why they are no longer on the threshold securities list. They probably didn't cover all of them, but they covered under the limit to be on that list. The required amount. But that's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. That's a fantastic thing. In fact, we need to emphasize that fact. And we need to emphasize the events leading up to it. And FINRA needs to look at the obvious. I mean, if they're worried about naked shorts and market manipulation, wow, holy shit, you could not set a better example. You could not set a clearer example. You could put this in textbooks to teach later on about naked shorts, market manipulation, all that. Because you could teach it to a 2-year-old with a freaking coloring book. Okay? And this is why it's a great thing, because they shot themselves in the foot. Big time. And FINRA and the SEC and all these other regulatory bodies need to take affirmative action on Citadel for market manipulation, especially market manipulation that was done to save their ass from their naked shorts and their short positions. I mean, wow! It doesn't get any worse. It doesn't get any more corrupt and evil than that. And this is the proof is in the butter. Look, okay, you see that yellow line? Guess what day that is? That is the 2nd. Okay, so they were on the securities list leading up to the week and so on and so forth. And the 2nd was a Friday. Okay, I want you to pay attention to the volume. Look at on the top part of the screen. Look at the volume leading up to it. We settled in a pretty consistent volume pattern. Previous. I mean, you look at the 29th, the 30th, and the 1st. I mean, 63 million, 59 million, 57 million, just at 60 million or just under. And then look, randomly, the 2nd, 30 million in spike in volume. 30 million spike in volume, but look what that day is a yellow line. What do you see there? Red. Blood. What did the stock do? Look above. What did it do? It fell. It plummeted. It took a dump. It didn't take a dump. They shorted the living hell out of it to force it down. Why? Because it was coming up to the 13th day. So that was probably 30 million in volume of shorts. Yeah. Okay, and now we go to the 6th, the very next day. Not great up in there in volume, but look what the price action did. Again, the volume wasn't going to be that good because it plummeted the previous day, so the retail investors weren't going to be touching it that day. So that was probably another 10 million in shorts to bring it down even further. Why? Because it's one more day closer to their 13th day limit. on the securities list. And then take a look and look at the chart. Blood red. I mean, come on, blood red. It doesn't get any more obvious. And then go to the following day. Another 35 million random jump in volume. But wait, oh no, it didn't go up because people were buying discounts, buying the dip. Nope, it plummeted. It took a dump again. So that's probably another 35 million in shorts. Why? To force it down because they only had, that was it. They had no other choice. It was the next day, it was the 13th day. So they had to force that stock down as far as they possibly could because they couldn't afford to cover their naked shorts. They had to. And have that price action spike like it did the following day when they did cover with that 145 million in volume. That's probably how many naked shorts they covered. They probably had 90 million in naked shorts on the books. And that's probably why that volume is so insane. That was them covering. And they did cover because they're off the threshold securities list the following day. So that's exactly what happened. So do you see what I'm saying? That they manipulated the market the days leading up to their deadline to cover their naked shorts, their illegal activity. They manipulated the stock price and the market to plummet as far as it possible, drug it way the hell down, so that when they covered, it could only go back up to more or less where it was, because otherwise, if they didn't manipulate the market and force it down, it would have shot it up probably to their margin call limit on their 100 million short share position, probably 150 million. You see what I'm saying? They had to do that. They had to force it down to 42 and under 40 at one point, right before they covered, because they couldn't afford it. They couldn't afford to cover when it was at normal prices. So they had to manipulate the stock downward so drastically so that they can cover their illegal naked shorts so they wouldn't get margin called. I mean, come on, guys. They shot themselves in the foot. That's proof in the butter. That's proof that they had an insane amount of naked shorts. That's proof that they manipulated the stock price in their favor so that they could cover their illegal activity. I mean, come on. Come on, FINRA. Jump all over this. We need to share all this information, share the shit out of this video with anyone and everyone who will listen. And we need to jump back on AMC and hold steady, because there's a bad storm coming to Citadel's doorstep. You know, FINRA's going to be knocking on their doorstep going, hey, you can't manipulate a stock to cover your illegal activity at the expense of a company and investors. Sorry. Cover everything you have now. A big storm is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and if it doesn't, then all those fuckers need to go to jail, including FINRA. So FINRA has to do something now. So this is great news. So that's my update. The proof is in the butter. Proof is in the I mean, come on, it's common sense. Let's do this. Come on, it's great news. AMC, baby. Here we go. Bye-bye, Citadel. You fucked up.